Welcome to a special edition of Memphians on the Move, where we will address local impacts and offer answers related to COVID-19 and its effect on the small business community. In today's episode, we will hear from Leslie Smith, President and CEO of Epicenter, Bo Allen, President, West Tennessee First Horizon, and Reed Dolberger, President and CEO of Economic Development Growth Engine, also known as EDGE. But first, I'd like to open with Greater Memphis Chamber President Beverly Robertson.
Well, good day. It is a special privilege and pleasure to be with you today to just share a little bit of information about the work of the Chamber, and we have been busy at the Greater Memphis Chamber. The Chamber really was in early on this COVID-19 information sharing piece. We actually started doing our work around the middle of February. And that was fairly early on when the health department started issuing their statements about the status of Memphis, the number of people that had been tested, how many people were ill, how many people had transitioned. But we actually continued that work over the sort of last 2.5 months because we understood that people were crying out for information, and especially our business community. Early on, we also launched a series of surveys among our business community to do a couple of things. One, to check in and just simply say, how are you doing? Are you doing well? What can we do to help you? And then the second thing that we wanted to understand was, how was COVID-19 impacting their business? And what are the major things that you need for the chamber to be able to provide? In doing those surveys, we learned some things. One, we learned that a lot of small businesses needed resources, financial resources. A lot of small businesses didn't necessarily want loans, but they preferred to have grants. A lot of small businesses and big businesses as well did not really understand what the PPP, Payroll Protection Program, was and how to be able to access that money. A lot of them didn't understand what the SBA disaster injury loan was and how to access that. So, of course, we set up a series of webinars and conference calls, and to date, we've had over 50. And those calls have been to health department. In fact, the health department has actually done webinars every Tuesday, and they have provided great information all along the way while we were closed for business, but also as we began the reopening process. We've heard from our senators, our congressmen. We've heard from subject area experts, attorneys, infectious disease doctors. We have communicated in just about every arena the information that people needed to be able to make strong and great business decisions about how they would pursue their businesses moving forward. In fact, we've had about a 180% increase in visits to our website in the last 2 months, and more than 60,000 people or hits have been experienced by our website, and that is incredible. In addition to that, we have launched a business resource page, which is on our website, and let me tell you what it has. Anything you want to know, you better log on to memphischamber.com/COVID-19, because there you will find job postings. We have about 70 plus companies that are posting openings, so that if you need a job, go to our website and see if you can't find one that is listed there that would be aligned with your skill set. We have an open 901 directory because we recognize that businesses were opening up several weeks ago, and we wanted to do our best to promote that to the community so that you would patronize those businesses and keep them open. We have small business loans identified on our website. We have reopening guidance available on our website because some information has been confusing, but of course we want to make sure that we clarify that information so you can use it. Policy updates, you can upload your resume and get people to critique it so that you can improve it and strengthen it. And so the chamber has been right there. We have heard you. We have talked to you. We have done our best to address your concerns and put you in contact with the resources that are available out here. And we do know that there's new stimulus money in the payroll protection program. For those of you who applied once and got turned down, there's about $100 million on the table. We want you to have it. So please go to your banker, and any banker pretty much can talk to you. Any major banker can consult with you and talk to you about how you complete the forms and what information you need. So we are working on your behalf because we want you to recover. We don't want you, if you're closed now, we don't want you to stay closed. So if you need us, we're only a call away or a tap on your computer away. Again, memphischamber.com/COVID-19. And thank you for inviting me to be here. I am here for you, and so is the entire staff of your Greater Memphis Chamber.
Thank you, Madam President. We'll be right back after these messages.
Your dreams are just as important now as they have ever been. Southwest Tennessee Community College is still here, and we are here for you. Get your head in the cloud and register today. Online classes are available starting May 11th, June 2nd, and July 8th.
COVID-19 is deadly serious, so it's time to be real about how you feel. Do you have a fever, shaking chills, coughing or shortness of breath, a sore throat, unexplained body aches and muscle pain, loss of smell and taste, loss of appetite and diarrhea? You may not even have symptoms. Frontline workers, free testing is available for you at all Christ Community locations. Text TEST 2020 to 91999 for an appointment or call 901-842-3160.
Your dreams are just as important now as they have ever been. Southwest Tennessee Community College is still here, and we are here for you. Get your head in the cloud and register today. Online classes are available starting May 11th, June 2nd, and July 8th.
Welcome back to our COVID-19 series of Memphians on the Move. I'd like to welcome to the show President and CEO of Epicenter, Leslie Smith.
Leslie Smith here, President and CEO of Epicenter. It's so exciting to be coming to you in this new way. I want to tell you a little bit about Epicenter and what we're here in Memphis doing. As the regional entrepreneurship hub, we exist solely for the purpose of serving entrepreneurs. And we do that with our partners, like those folks at the Chamber and Edge and the city and county. We work with them and try to ensure that entrepreneurs have access to all of the resources they need to be successful. And that's never been more important than it has here most recently, as we've been pivoting to respond to the challenges our small businesses and entrepreneurs are facing as a result of the COVID-19 crisis. We've continued to pivot our support as those businesses have begun reopening through the first and second phases of reopening here in Memphis. And we're really working side by side with our partners and our entrepreneurs and small businesses to help navigate all of the new policies and procedures and questions that may arise. Our team has been in crisis mode with Memphis entrepreneurs and our partners since the very beginning, listening to their fears and challenges and trying to gather as much information as possible. And we did this all while insisting that access to resources was accessible and equitable to all members of our community, which is a priority for not only Epicenter, but clearly our partners at the Chamber and EDGE. To date, we've been tracking information, surveying entrepreneurs, and sharing all of the appropriate resources on our website and through social media. With the ever-evolving learnings of the reopening, we've also been adapting that information and those resources on pretty much a daily basis. Not surprisingly, most of our work is centered around access to capital for entrepreneurs who, once they worked their way through the decisions to close and then reopen and understand what the impact of this crisis on their business has been, they've really been trying to figure out how to stabilize from the loss of revenue and ensure that they can keep their employees employed and their goods and services flowing.
Leslie Smith, thank you for sharing that insight. Visit epicenter.com for additional entrepreneurial resources. More Memphians on the Move COVID-19 coverage for small businesses after the break.
Our goal is to help Memphis grow. We give member businesses the support they need to reach their full potential. We work with site selectors and relocating companies to demonstrate the advantages of doing business in Memphis. We advocate with local, state, and federal governments on behalf of our members, and we pursue investment opportunities that enrich our communities. We also partner with educational and vocational programs to provide a skilled workforce. Plus, we support initiatives that help make Memphis a great place to live. Join your Greater Memphis Chamber today.
Good afternoon, future Shadukis. On behalf of Southwest,
I chose Southwest to find my path.
To train for my career.
To achieve my dreams. Put him on a non-rebreather of 15 liters a minute.
To transform my life.
Southwest is your best choice. Enroll today.
Hello, welcome to Christ Community.
I immediately felt something different. You know, it's loving care because loving is living up to their name. It's complete care with medical, dental, behavioral health, and pharmacy right in my community. Loving care for your body, mind, and spirit. Call 901-842-3160 or log on to christcommunityhealth.org for an appointment. Christ Community Health Services. Healing with soul.
Over the next few episodes, Memphians on the Move will bring you topics and information relating to the global pandemic with a close look at local support and recovery. Joining the show now is President, West Tennessee First Horizon, Bo Allen, to share details of securing emergency funding for small businesses.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you for giving me an opportunity to come on and talk a little bit about the Payroll Protection Program. In early April, the House and the Senate approved and President Trump signed into law a program called the Payroll Protection Program. The program is a loan administered by FDIC insured banks and credit unions, and it is designed to provide incentive for small businesses to keep their workers on the payroll. The funds are to be used for payroll, rent, mortgage interest, and utilities. And these loans are forgivable by the Small Business Administration of the U.S. government, assuming that the funds are used appropriately. So who's eligible for these funds? Small businesses with fewer than 500 employees, 501c3 nonprofits, religious organizations, sole proprietorships, and independent contractors are all eligible. Since April 3rd, First Horizon Bank has closed 14,568 of these payroll protection loans for a total amount of just over $2.1 billion. Right here in the Memphis community, in the surrounding counties, we've closed just over 2,000 of the payroll protection loans for just over $400 million in funding. We're very excited about that as a bank And keep in mind, lots of other banks have been doing this exact same thing that we have. And so what it does is, as you can see, is it really helps small businesses keep their doors open during a very difficult time. And so the good news is, if you're a small business and you have not gotten a payroll protection loan, or you're not sure if you're eligible, there are funds available. The government has allocated dollars that have not been used, and there's plenty of money still available. So my advice would be to contact your bank, or contact our bank, First Horizon. We have we have 34 locations in the Memphis area, as well as in North Mississippi. And our financial center managers would love to answer questions for you about your potential eligibility, as well as help you fill out a short, roughly 2-page application. There's some supporting documentation that shows what your payroll has been either last year or for a certain time this year that can prove your eligibility. And to get the loans can be turned around very quickly within a few days. And so I would encourage any small business out there that has questions or thinks that they would like to explore eligibility to reach out to a bank. This is a fantastic opportunity for small businesses, like we said earlier, to keep their employees on the payroll. This keeps people paying rent, paying their car note, paying their bills, and keeps people working. And hopefully we can get through this pandemic and move forward, and we'll look back at these loans and will be a blessing that we were able to get them. So I hope I've answered some questions today for folks. This is a great opportunity right here in our community. And we really appreciate the opportunity to come on and talk a little bit about these loans.
Bo Allen, thank you. To find out more on obtaining financial support for your business, visit firsthorizon.com. More with EDGE President Reed Goldberger when we come back.
COVID-19 is deadly serious, so it's time to be real about how you feel. Do you have a fever, shaking chills, coughing or shortness of breath, a sore throat, unexplained body aches and muscle pain, loss of smell and taste, loss of appetite and diarrhea? You may not even have symptoms. Frontline workers, free testing is available for you at all Christ Community locations. Text TEST 2020 to 91999 for an appointment, or call 901-842-3160.
Our goal is to help Memphis grow. We give member businesses the support they need to reach their full potential. We work with site selectors and relocating companies to demonstrate the advantages of doing business in Memphis. We advocate with local, state, and federal governments on behalf of our members, and we pursue investment opportunities that enrich our communities. We also partner with educational and vocational programs to provide a skilled workforce. Plus, we support initiatives that help make Memphis a great place to live. Join your Greater Memphis Chamber today.
Welcome back to Memphians on the Move, COVID-19 special coverage, as we bring you information to help small business in the community move forward. Joining the show now is President and CEO of EDGE, Reed Goldberger, on supporting small businesses in our city's most vulnerable areas.
Thank you. It's great to be with you here today. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic is leaving a trail of economic wreckage that in some ways rivals the healthcare crisis it has created. Unemployment claims have soared, while businesses are struggling to survive. And sadly, we know that some won't make it. And is as almost always the case, the burden is heaviest on companies in our distressed inner city neighborhoods. Our mission at EDGE is to drive economic development throughout Memphis and Shelby County. And we do that by deploying public resources like tax incentives and financing programs to spur investment and job growth in our community. Since its inception, EDGE has approved assistance to projects with 38,000 new and retained jobs, more than $6 billion of capital investment, and nearly $700 million of commitments to contract with minority and women-owned firms. Now, most people know EDGE for helping large industrial and office projects. Over the last several years, we have focused more and more on the redevelopment of our distressed inner city neighborhoods. In 2014, we launched the Inner City Economic Development Forgivable Loan Program that provides up to $25,000 to neighborhood businesses and commercial property owners looking to invest and grow. To date, we've awarded over $1 million to 64 entities, supporting over 600 jobs and leveraging another $6 million of capital investment for those distressed areas. Shortly after that, we launched a new tax incentive specifically designed for larger projects in our inner city neighborhoods, the Community Builder Payment in Lieu of Tax program, which has helped attract 3 full-service grocery stores to underserved neighborhoods in our city. And last year, we worked with both the City of Memphis and Shelby County government to spur investment around the new Raleigh Town Center by creating a tax increment financing district. Because of that, we can now capture and reinvest new property taxes from that area back into that neighborhood where they can help attract private investment and spur job growth. When the current crisis hit, we knew that small neighborhood-serving businesses in the inner city would need help to survive. Now, without it, we risk seeing COVID-19 hollow out commercial activity from those neighborhoods. And if that happens, it could take a generation before we're able to rebuild to even the level of January 2020, a standard that none of us thought was adequate. In response, the EDGE board allocated $1 million to fund what we call the Neighborhood Emergency Economic Development, or NEED, grant program. Businesses that have seen a 25% drop in revenue due to COVID-19 can get up to $10,000 to cover things like rent, utilities, and payroll, or other operating costs. We know that many of these companies are thinly capitalized and that this assistance can make all the difference. To date, EDGE has awarded almost $250,000 to 44 businesses. Minority and women-owned firms comprise more than 75% of the recipients. Through this process, it's clear that some types of firms have been hit harder than others. For example, barbershops and salons. They were forced to close for nearly 2 months with no revenue coming in. Curbside or virtual haircuts weren't an option, so they had to lay off workers. And as they look to reopen, they face added costs for sanitizing and personal protective gear, while lower revenue due to physical distancing requirements. We've also seen a lot of food service and businesses and restaurants hurt by this. These businesses support hundreds of jobs in our community, and they too face the prospect of a slow return to normal with higher costs and lower revenues. Interestingly, hair and beauty salons and restaurants also serve as important gathering places in many of these neighborhoods. So keeping them alive and helping them regain their financial footing isn't only important economically, it's important socially as well. This is not going away overnight. Our progress will be tied to our success on solving the medical issue. EDGE and our partners are in this for the long haul, and we intend to continue providing assistance to these businesses. COVID-19 may be the most difficult financial and economic crisis that many of us will ever face. It is critical that we continue working together to support each other, and in particular, our most vulnerable. If we do, Memphis will emerge ready to resume its economic renaissance. Again, thank you for this opportunity today.
Reed Dahlberger, thank you. For more information on the work of EDGE, visit growth-engine.org. We will be back with final notes after this.
Your dreams are just as important now as they have ever been. Southwest Tennessee Community College is still here, and we are here for you. Get your head in the cloud and register today. Online classes are available starting May 11th, June 2nd, and July 8th.
Our goal is to help Memphis grow. We give member businesses the support they need to reach their full potential. We work with site selectors and relocating companies to demonstrate the advantages of doing business in Memphis. We advocate with local, state, and federal governments on behalf of our members, and we pursue investment opportunities that enrich our communities. We also partner with educational and vocational programs to provide a skilled workforce. Plus, we support initiatives that help make Memphis a great place to live. Join your Greater Memphis Chamber today.
Today, we have heard from leaders and organizations making a difference amid an unprecedented global crisis. We commend their work and look forward to hearing from others in coming episodes. Greater Memphis Chamber's COVID-19 resource page includes data to help your business better pivot during this time, including small business and hospitality resources, upcoming events and webinars, as well as reopening information. You can find more in the COVID-19 Business Resource Center at memphischamber.com. Thanks for watching Memphians on the Move. We'll see you next time. I'm Stephanie White. Stay safe.
Your dreams are just as important now as they have ever been. Southwest Tennessee Community College is still here, and we are here for you. Get your head in the cloud and register today. Online classes are available starting May 11th, June 2nd, and July 8th.